Hey folks, how's it going? Today, we are talking about the worst of the worst when it comes to animated siblings. And there's a surprising amount of contenders. They're mean, they're bullies, some are even murderous, and even worse, annoying.
This is spinach, and I hate spinach!
So join me as we explore the world of horrendous siblings and find out who is truly the most diabolical of them all. Hold on, let me get the sign. There, boom. No anime allowed. Or they would dominate this list and would probably get this video demonetized too.
I just get jealous.
Why would you be jealous?
Because I want my brother to just have eyes for me. He's my everything.
Got it.
We kick things off with DW from the hit PBS show Arthur. Now, I've been rewatching Arthur as of late, and I got 3 things to say. 1, this show was very good. 2, DW was a menace. And 3, Matt Damon's Arthur Sona is downright horrifying.
Yes?
Hi, does in...
DW is your quintessential annoying little sister. She's constantly berating you with questions, playing her insufferable Crazy Bus CD over and over again. She throws temper tantrums when she doesn't get her way. She pesters you when you're hanging out with your friends. And she's always tattling to your parents.
I saw! You scratched! Grandma, Arthur scratched! I saw him!
But what really makes DW a little shit? Well, for one, she hates Arthur's dog, Pal. Like, I don't believe there was ever a moment where this photo was taken. She has always been so cruel to this little puppy. There was even an episode where Pal was sick and DW did not give a shit. She was like, we can get a new dog.
Look on the bright side. Now we can get a good dog. Mom!
DW?
What?
On top of that, DW has a bad habit of derailing family activities. What's that? Arthur, you want to spend time with your father? Well, I'm sure that DW won't ruin it. But nothing compares to the toy plane episode. DW has always messed with Arthur's stuff, but this was a bridge too far. Arthur was working his ass off trying to build a model toy plane that was really important to him. He told DW over and over and over again to leave the plane alone. After completing the model, what does DW do? She throws it out the window, and Arthur brought the hammer of the gods down. I don't remember it being this violent. But hey, she had it coming. Overall, DW is a little kid, so that's why she's the first entry on the list. And to be fair, Arthur can be a little shit to DW too. But as much as they can get on each other's nerves, Arthur and DW genuinely love each other. DW really is just the quintessential annoying little kid sister that hits too close to home for a lot of people. However, let us not forget that this bossy little girl becomes a cop when she gets older. So poetic.
Hey! This is a no parking zone. Move it!
Next, we have the sponsor of this video. Folks, we're here to talk about something very important to me. Quality audio. My brain has been conditioned to listen for audio imperfections. Thanks to my audio engineer. Love you, Matt. And I cannot stress the importance of consistent and pristine audio in my works, or any works for that matter. So when I went to listen back and reference my audio, or watch the latest installment of my favorite animated series, like Monkey Wrench, my go-to listening experience is always going to be my Raycons. While Raycon has many awesome models in their lineup, you cannot go wrong with the Earbuds Classic. A simple and sleek design with robust features, comfort, and reliability that does not compromise on audio quality, and at half the cost of most leading competitors. And they've packed the Earbuds Classics with upgrades, such as active noise cancellation and multi-point connectivity, so you can pair with 2 devices at once. It's an audio 3-way. The sleek charging case can give you up to 32 hours of battery life. And if you need a quick charge, 10 minutes of charge time will give you up to 90 minutes of playback time. When life is going fast, your earbuds should keep up, and Raycon knows this. I've talked about using my Raycons in everyday situations, like walking my dachshunds and hitting the gym. But sometimes I just want to plug in and stem on the same songs that I've been obsessing over for days, weeks, months actually. It's the Helldiver soundtrack. Leave me alone! I have ADHD. And when I do stem to my songs, I reach for my go-to earbuds, my Raycons. They're my go-to earbuds at the door and on the go. And if they've served me all these years, then they can serve you too. Plus, all of their new colors have such a vibe. If you want something to fit your personality, then I'm sure they'll have a color that suits you. So let's celebrate Raycon's anniversary together by heading on over to buyraycon.com/saberspark to get 20% off Raycon's Everyday Earbuds Classic. Doing so helps support our work and also gets you the same quality audio that I've become accustomed to. Thank you again, Raycon, for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the video.
Crazy Bus, the motion picture.
Next, we got Sid from Toy Story.
You mean that happy child?
This little monster, stealing his little sister's toys and warping them into abominations beyond comprehension? Okay, the duck toy's pretty cute. But this baby head spider creature is horrifyingly creepy. It still freaks me out to this day. But why? Why does Sid commit such heinous acts? Who can say? Little kids act like psychos all the time. And we're just lucky he's doing this to toys instead of like living creatures. Wait, hold on, the toys are alive. Never mind. No. Sid is demented, he's cruel, he loves Pop-Tarts.
Your Pop-Tarts are ready. All right.
He gets a rise out of bullying Hannah, and it has to suck to have your toy stolen by your big brother and watch them get mutilated. Like, think about that. Imagine your favorite toy as a kid. Now imagine it strapped to a rocket.
This is the part where we blow up!
But for Sid, he has an existential reckoning. And if you believe in Pixar theory crafting, Sid has changed his ways. In Toy Story 3, folks think that this garbage man with the skull t-shirt is Sid. That he tries to rescue toys from being thrown away since he knows they are sentient. You know, as far as like Pixar theories go, not the worst one I've heard. Overall, Sid is worse than DW because he's quite older, and what he does is a lot more malicious towards his sister. DW is a brat, but Sid is a flat-out bully. But at least he changes his ways.
Nice toy. What's wrong, Sid? Do you want to play with Sally?
Next, we have Dee Dee and Dexter from Dexter's Lab. Now, let me make this clear. They're both awful. Dee Dee is incredibly annoying and invasive to a comical degree, while Dexter uses Dee Dee as a human version of an experimental guinea pig. Let's start with Dee Dee. She has destroyed Dexter's lab countless times. Like, there's literally an episode where it's a musical that describes Dexter's life and how he has to suffer Dee Dee. That she'll always break his stuff, and he just has to deal with it.
Don't be silly. I love you very much. I guess I shouldn't touch.
Playing a game of D&D with your pals? Cool, that's very cool. Too bad Dee Dee is about to humble your ass by being a more enjoyable dungeon master and turn you into a hobbit.
Here you go. You can be this guy. What?
Dexter even fires Dee Dee from being his sister because she's so annoying, but funnily enough, he kind of needs her in the lab. It's like her presence helps him to be a better scientist? Go figure. For Dexter, he has used the lab and experiments to mess with Dee Dee and to try and get rid of her. But the wildest moments between the two is when their sibling squabbles go nuclear. One time, Dee Dee and Dexter had a mech suit battle at an island, which almost led to the destruction of a native island people. Another time, Dexter and Dee Dee turned into monsters, which led to an all-out brawl that left cities in ruin. Why? Because Dexter refused to listen to Dee Dee's knock-knock joke.
So the boy told the girl in the park on the pony, knock knock.
Now, do they love each other? I think so. Dee Dee loves Dexter, and I think Dexter, deep down inside, loves Dee Dee. Do they get on each other's nerves? Absolutely. And said fallout can be downright catastrophic. But the show's overly comedic tone helps to save these two from being total monsters. Well, except for the time they became literal monsters. Next, we got Shelley from South Park, a sister who takes out her anger on her little brother Stan by beating him up and always calling him a turd.
If one of you turds go buy them at the store for me, you can watch your stupid turd show with your stupid turd movie commercial in it.
Now, Shelley was pretty cruel and violent towards Stan throughout the early seasons of South Park, but over the years, she's kind of chilled out. Like, yeah, she's still aggressive and mean towards Stan, but she's nowhere near as violent as she once was. She's actually shown to be pretty compassionate and thoughtful at times too. But the last time I think she beat up Stan was in Overlogging, which was like, what, a few years ago? Oh my God, 2008? Oh, time, you are a cruel mistress. Another prop to Shelley is how she actually considered defending Stan and his friends from a guy who wanted to beat them up, but only if they confessed what they did was wrong. Which, is fair. You want my help? Then come clean, and then I'll protect you.
No juvenile hall turd is going to kill you. That's my job.
But of course, this goes very wrong. Next, we have Terrence from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Now, I don't think many people remember this guy, but I certainly do, unfortunately.
That's it. I need pizza!
Right in the first episode, Terrence was terrorizing Mac and Blue. He is all about being a bully and gets really rough with Mac, giving him noogies and making him cry uncle. He locks Mac in a closet. He breaks Mac's stuff. He delights in getting Mac in trouble with their mother. But the episode that really comes to mind is Seeing Red. Terrence has the cruel idea of creating his own imaginary friend in order to beat up Blue. Because he thought, hey, if Blue's not bothering me, I can now beat up Mac. Of course, Blue is pure evil and tricks Red into getting hurt instead.
Yeah, Blue buddy.
The entire time, Terrence is just wailing on Mac. The more I think of it, I kind of feel bad for Red. He's actually really peaceful despite being Terrence's imaginary friend. But at the end, he comes around and gets his revenge on Terrence.
But if you want Red to be bad, let Red start with Terrence. Red make Terrence go far away.
Overall, Terrence is an ass and a jerk of a big brother. There's nothing redeeming about Terrence, and there are no sweet moments between him and Mac, just bullying. Mac, between Terrence and Blue, you gotta get better people in your life, dude.
Your turn to get a big hug. Red love you guys.
Next, we got Eddy's brother from Ed, Edd and Eddy. Now, I was going to put Sarah on this list. The girl who's Ed's little sister. But Eddy's brother, he is far worse. Why? Because he does the exact same thing, but he's a grown-ass adult. Like, Eddy obviously looks up to him and thinks the world of his big brother. But the guy is a total loser who works a dead-end job at a traveling carnival and is only cool in front of children. That's extremely pathetic. And the only way to make himself feel big is to beat up Eddy in front of his friends and humiliate him.
Go! Uncle! Say what? Uncle!
Hi.
As you all can see, the older a character is, the more I hold against them for what they do. DW can be a brat, Sid is a little shit, and Terrence is a bully. But they're all kids. And one hopes that said characters will grow out of this phase. For Eddy's brother, well, he was most likely always an insecure person who decided that bullying was the best way to make himself feel superior, because his life is so pathetic. Thank God that Eddy has his friends, and that he was able to realize that he does not have to be like his older brother in order to be accepted by his colleagues.
We did it, Double D! Everyone loves us! We're finally in, baby!
And it only took 130 episodes, 4 specials, and a movie, Eddy.
Next, we got Blackfire from Teen Titans. Now, I'm just talking about the cartoon version of Blackfire. The comic version of Blackfire is deranged. She sold Starfire into slavery for years, where she was tortured, and most likely much worse. I'm pretty sure she also killed her parents too? So yeah, she's way worse in the comics. But she's quite awful in the cartoon as well. In one episode, she tried to take Starfire's place and hit on her man, Robin. That's already pretty bad. But it gets way worse when Starfire realizes that Blackfire is on the run from the space cops and is trying to set up Starfire as her patsy. In another episode, Blackfire somehow gave Starfire's hand in marriage to some alien slug creature. All the while, Blackfire got some powerful jewel that upped her power and allowed her to take over their home planet of Tamara. But fortunately, Starfire was able to destroy the jewel and beat up Blackfire in a duel. Oh yeah, Blackfire shows up in Teen Titans Go too. She makes Starfire serve out her prison sentence, she tries to steal a sacred artifact, and then she even tells Starfire that she wishes she never had a sister.
Here's the truth. I wish I didn't have a sister.
Next, we have Vicki from Fairly OddParents. Vicki has a little sister named Tootie. She's pretty geeky and kind of creepy with the way she obsesses over Timmy Turner, but she's mostly a sweet kid. At first, Timmy did not like Tootie and saw her as annoying, but eventually realized how bad Tootie has it. Like everything Vicki does to Timmy, she does to Tootie, but Tootie has to suffer Vicki daily, and she does not have fairy godparents to help her out, which is super unfair. Vicki tortures Tootie. She ruins her birthday parties. She gives her swirlies, breaks her toys. And I can't even imagine the amount of psychological damage this evil older sister has done to her kid sister.
Hi, Tootie.
Like Tootie thinks her sister is downright evil. Not misunderstood, not even insane. Evil. And props to Tootie, she even tried to help Timmy out by exposing Vicki to Timmy's parents, and how evil her big sister can be. Too bad they got their memories wiped. All in all, Vicki is punching way down when it comes to Tootie. Vicki is 16, Tootie is like 8 or something. Compared to everyone on this list so far, Vicki is by far the most malicious, and delights over being evil. Like, to be worse than Vicki, you would have to try and kill your sibling. Yes, Azula. This list went from annoying to mean to evil, but now it is downright tragic. Azula is the sister of Zuko, and she is crazy, truly a psychopath. Let us go down her list, shall we? She is sadistic, obsessive, and absolutely torments her brother to no end. She preys on his insecurities and appears to lack any sincere form of empathy for the pain of others. In fact, she delights in the suffering of Zuko. She uses threats and fear to manipulate her friends. And she nearly kills Mai when she betrays her to protect Zuko. She was ready to let both Mai and Ty Lee rot in prison for standing up to her. But the main reason why I put her in this spot is because she attempted to kill her brother.
I'll show you lightning.
Where many of the contenders on this list are bad siblings to a comedic degree, there is nothing funny about Azula and her hatred towards her brother. It is deathly serious. Again, she tried to kill him, tried to kill his friends, and definitely used Zuko as a pawn to get what she wanted from her father. She delighted in torturing him and playing mind games with her brother. Why is Azula this way? Mommy issues. In all seriousness, there's far too much to unpack about Azula's psychology, so I'm going to keep it brief for this video. Where Zuko strikes out with his father, he had a deep and loving connection to his mother, While Azula was able to appeal to her father's desire for power and ruthlessness, she rejected the love from her mother and believed she was a monster.
My own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt.
To be fair, Azula's father was cruel and abusive and definitely used Azula as a means to an end. I don't think he cared about any of his kids at the end of the day. So, is Azula terrible? Absolutely. But she had a horrible father that did not help. She's also only a teenager too. Like, a terrifying and violent one at that. But in a twisted way, I pity her. She seems to be a victim of circumstances and is extremely mentally disturbed. But at the end of the day, she still has to owe up to the consequences of her actions. Now, before we get to the final character on my list, I just want to do a quick dishonorable mention. Yes, I know that the siblings from many adult animated cartoons are horrible. Chris from Family Guy, Meg from Family Guy, Stewie from Family Guy, and I guess Bart Simpson to a degree. But I felt like including them would be derivative and eat too much into my list. So just consider the dishonorable mentions as a catch-all for those kinds of characters. Got it? Good. Moving on. And finally, who is the worst of the worst when it comes to animated siblings? Well, that title, in my opinion, belongs to Scar. I mean, come on. He killed his own brother. Need I say more? And this guy has been harboring this resentment for years. Plotting, scheming, seething, coping. He was ready to kill anybody who stood in his way, which also included his kid nephew. Now, I know there's extra lore about Scar and his upbringing with Mufasa, but ultimately, no revisionist history will change the fact that Scar wanted his brother dead so he could become the new king of the Pridelands. And my God, that line he dropped on Mufasa was cold as ice. Like, killing him is one thing, but gloating about it at the same time? Damn! Too bad Scar didn't anticipate Mufasa turning into a cloud and alpha maxing his own son. Like, this list has a lot of terrible siblings. Bullies, abusers, and then siblings who are just downright violent and deranged. But murdering your own sibling puts you in a league above the rest. Would DW kill Arthur? No, or at least not on purpose. Would Azula? Yes, but she failed. Scar, though? He is a grown-ass adult who has been wanting Mufasa dead for years. And he did it by any means necessary. There is not a shred of guilt or empathy in Scar when he wiped Mufasa off the map. Just glee. Sure, they had some good times. But to quote a wise monkey, the past is in the past. Donkey Kong 3:16. And that, folks, is my personal pick for the worst sibling in animation. But hey, what did you all think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I stupid? Tell me down below in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.